Hey everybody, it's Jason here and welcome to Wildcard Wednesday, where I showcase the LFI Shuffle digital business card system, and typically I build out a card for a specific business. Just a reminder, you could use the Shuffle digital business card for really anything, whether it's a business, a product, a service, a function, anything. You could sell tickets with it, whatever. But today, I'm actually going to show you how not to build a card out, but how to share the card, as well as analytics that go along with once you share the card out. So I actually have, as you see, another screen appearing. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to share my phone. And we're going to do it mostly from the phone, because you're going to see analytics, you're going to see a way to share the cards through the phone, because when people ask for your card, you're going to actually send it via the phone. So let me share my screen from my phone here and show you exactly how this is done. As you can see, here's my phone, and we're going to go to the Shuffle app. And you're going to see I have probably 74 Shuffle cards in here once this opens up. And what we're going to do is I know that New You Life is huge right now, so I'm actually going to show you a New You Life card that I created. And basically when you click on the card, you're going to have a bunch of different categories: preview, edit card, activity, stats, etc. So let's just preview the card just to show you what it looks like. And I created this card for my friend Mary Jo. Basically, these cards are literally just mini websites. You can see that it has her contact information, a blurb about the product, a button to go to a website, a couple of videos. You'll also notice at the bottom here it says add to phone contact, so when you send this to somebody, they could take your name and phone number from the card itself and add it to their phone directory, so to speak, their phone address book. And also, if they hit the reshare my card button, they could then text it forward. So imagine you send a card to them with your product or service, or let's say you're a realtor and you want to send somebody information about a house. Actually, let me go back and show you that one. Here's a card I did for a realtor. Let's see if I could find it. I think it's right here. Yep, 727 Tobago. So again, let's just go here, preview. This is what a real estate listing might look like. So imagine again, if you're a realtor or a car dealer and you have a card for a listing on a house that you have, or a car that's on the lot that you want to showcase. Again, if you hit the reshare my card button, then whoever receives the card can text it forward. And again, it's an idea of basically you share something with somebody, whether it's a listing on a house, a car on a lot, your product or service, and they know other people that could use this, can text it forward, which is pretty cool. But other things you can do with this is send the card itself. So if you did it from the phone, you're going to notice that there's a new contact button. You could manually put their information in. You could scan their business card, although it's not 100% accurate if you scan a card. Or if the phone contact's already in your phone, you could just hit that. Now here's the key. The first time you send a card to somebody, you want to do new contact. Once you do that, then it'll actually go into your Shuffle contact book. Think of it as another phone book within the Shuffle system. So if you want to send them another card, you don't want to do new contact again. You want to do Shuffle contact because they'll already be in the phone. And you can see that these are people I send cards to. So you can do it Shuffle contact. A QR, that's basically that code that people zap with their phone, that square code. So imagine if you're a restaurant and you have a card created for the daily or weekly specials, you could just print this out and put it all over the different, you could put it all over the different tables as a table tent, so people could just zap it for the weekly specials. And then we got campaigns. A campaign is a one-to-many. So if you're sending the card to somebody specifically individually, you want to do it as a new or Shuffle contact. A campaign is a one-to-many. So for instance, Let me just do this. And here's the thing. You don't want to create a campaign for everything. You want to create a campaign for every single place you're putting it. So if you're putting this card on Facebook, you create a campaign for Facebook. You put it on LinkedIn, you do a campaign for LinkedIn. Because in a second, I'm going to show you the stats that you could get when you do it as a campaign. Oh, also with a campaign, you could add a lead capture component. So let me show you that. First, let me go back and show you the card itself. This is just the card, as you saw earlier. Logo, picture, name, ways to get a hold of me, blurb about the house, a button to go to other listings if you have a website, virtual tour of the house, and this is what the card looks like. But now I'm going to create a campaign version. If I hit campaigns and I hit a plus, let's just say Facebook test. And you want to name the campaign so you know exactly where you're going to see it. I don't put a description in there because the name of the campaign itself tells me exactly what I did with this. Now here's the thing, include lead capture. If I swipe that to the right, I could then say something like leave your info to learn more. Also, you could have additional custom fields. For instance, this is a house or a listing card. So let's say I want to put something like what kind of properties are you interested in? Maybe it could be a colonial, maybe it could be a ranch, a bungalow, what have you. So then once that's done, I'm going to hit the check mark. Once she hits the check mark, it'll then populate hot button links to go on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. But right now I'm not going to post it anywhere, but I'm going to hit the show link and QR code. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this QR code, I'm going to copy it. It's the same exact card, but now at the very bottom, it has the lead capture component. So when this card appears, wherever I put it, people could fill in the information at the bottom. It doesn't happen on a card you send somebody directly because you don't need their information to be captured. You already have it. That's how you sent them the card. But this is for a one-to-many. Also, if you notice, I got a notification at the top here. You see that right there? That's a notification that I received something. So if I look down, card viewed, someone viewed your campaign, FB test, because that's the campaign I created. I opened the card up, so therefore I got the notification that somebody viewed it. Now, if they filled out the information, it would say I have a new lead capture. But with a campaign, you don't know who sees it, but you could see that it was seen. Let's go back real quick and show you one other thing. Let's say I actually send this card to somebody as a one-to-one. So I'm going to send the card, and I'm going to send it to myself, just to show you what it looks like. Text message. So when you send it to somebody via text message or email, you have these options. You could do a standard send, where it's just the same line. You could do a customized message where it's a one-off. Hey, Jason, here's my card. Please open it. Or a saved intro. A saved intro would be something like you're going to a networking event and you want to send your card to everybody after the fact. That's when you could say, hey, I met you at Kobo during the Real Estate One conference. I want to show you a creative way, blah, blah, blah. And then this card will be sent to those people with the same exact intro. So we're just going to do a standard one here, sending it to myself. Now, once you send the card, you could do a follow-up reminder, either minutes, hours, days, or weeks from now or when the card has been viewed. Sometimes people won't open the email or the text right away. So you want to do it from viewed. It's no point in reminding yourself to follow up 15 minutes from now if they haven't gotten to the card yet. But let's say they opened it 3 hours from now. If you hit 15 minutes from viewed, then the clock starts ticking. Or you could do an advanced notification where you actually do a date and time to remind you to follow up with this person. So we'll just do 15 minutes from viewed. And so the card was sent. Now I'm going to go into my text, and there it is. So if I click on the card, because that was sent to me, right? I'm going to open it up. Here's the card that I just sent myself. And now it's the direct one-to-one card, so there's no lead capture component. But look right here, another notification. Jason Shane viewed your 727 Tobago card. So here's the thing. When you send the card to somebody and your notifications are turned on to receive, imagine somebody opening that card 4 or 5 times. You know they're interested in your product or service. What do? Call them up. Play ignorant. Say, hey, just following up with you if you have any thoughts or questions about what we discussed. And they may come back and say, oh my God, I was just looking at your card again. And you'll say, wow, that's a coincidence. No, it's not. You know it's not a coincidence because they've been looking at your card, but play it off as such. So go, wow, that is a coincidence. You have any questions? You know they're hot to trot if they keep on opening up your card, whether it's a house listing, a car, a product or service, whatever. If they keep on opening it, they're intrigued or interested. One other thing I want to show you. I did talk about those different campaigns and why it's important to have a campaign for every place you put it as opposed to one overall campaign. Let me go back into Shuffle here and let me go into this first card that I've been used a lot. If I go into stats, there's some stats you could run with this thing. Let's do a max. You could see when the card was being hit, card ratio, more stats, view per send, unique views versus overall. Unique view is the first time it's been opened. Overall views is, well, overall views. How much time has been spent on the card? How long has it take to open the card once it's being sent? Some cool card ratios there. Viewer clicks. What buttons on the card are being utilized the most? And then remember how I said you want to create a campaign for every single place you put it? This tells you where you're getting the biggest bang for your buck. So if you place it on Facebook, if you connected it to a beacon, if you put it on Twitter, if you put it on different Facebook pages and you create different campaigns, because each campaign has its own URL, you can see where you're getting the biggest bang for your buck. So next time you place a card somewhere, you know where best to place it. So even though I'm not creating a new card today, here's an instructional tutorial for Wildcard Wednesday on how to share and use